Hey everybody, welcome to the Ridgeway world. I'm Psycho Dad, you're not, because I earned it. And this is my lovely wife, Terry.
Hello, beautiful people.
So tonight, right before the Eagles game, we're trying to squeeze in a Q&A. I sent a tweet out last night asking for questions, and I think we got like 130, 140 of them. We didn't go through them yet, but we're going to try to do it basically off the cuff. And when I read them, you'll see your reactions. So I think that's probably the best way to do it, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, okay. So let's start off. At the bottom we have Levi. He says, "How you doing?" "I'm doing well. I had a couple beers. We had a good dinner. Terry and I are getting ready for the Eagles game. Even though I got my Packers jersey on." What?
That's something else.
Oh. Well, either way, Levi.
Okay.
So how you doing? And then, okay, the next question. What inspired you to become Psycho Dad? I don't think there was any inspiration to it other than Jesse came up with the idea and asked me to do it. And I guess being a dad would help out his kid. I did it, and here we are today. What inspired you to be beautiful?
Oh, stop.
Does Terry still wear knee-high boots? They're called hooker boots, aren't they? Aren't they called that?
Stop.
No.
That's not what they meant, I hope.
But that's what, never mind. Yeah, but do you still wear knee boots?
I wear cowboy boots, or cowgirl boots, I guess you would say. Some of them come up to here. I'm trying to think back in the Psycho series. I think I did have some winter boots that came up to here. The past 2 years we haven't been going out very much, so I haven't worn them, but I will wear them.
Only around the house does she wear them.
No, don't listen to them.
I know, and that's no reflection on the hookers in the world by the boots. It's just what I said. I apologize. I'm just kidding. It's just me,
okay.
and this is me, right? Okay.
We've just started.
Yeah, we just started. And this is the fun part of it, because we can do what we feel like and joke and kid around, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the next one. Do you miss Jess and JT living with you? Do you want to take that first, or do you want me to take it?
Well, I don't know if we have the same thoughts.
We
but
may not. I don't know.
Sometimes, but I know in the very beginning it was tough, them not being here. We were a little teary-eyed, but we've gotten used to just, being here without them, and it is kind of nice, but I don't want to say that I don't miss them being here, because it's always nice when they're here.
Right. And me, looking back, probably, I had some issues when they moved out. I think the first time JT ended up moving to Cherry Hill at first, right?
Yeah.
And I think that broke the ice and made it a little bit easier, but it's still never, easy. I always thought of this place as like a compound, and we would all, basically live here forever. I know that's just a pipe dream a dad has, but no, we're used to it now, and we're glad when they come around, which is very rare.
Yeah.
But, we like having our privacy and doing our own thing, stuff like that. So, next question. For Jeff, do you cook better than Uncle Larry? I may say I do. Larry may say he does. And someday I think we may have to have a cook-off.
Wait a minute, who asked that question?
Oh, yeah, I should do that.
Yeah.
Jesus, and I apologize because I suck at names and I can't remember people.
Espajay or something?
Espagel?
Oh, is that an L? Yeah.
Yes, that's an L. So, but either way, I think it's going to come down to a little competition. We did as a group, do a cooking thing for the F word for Gordon Ramsay. We made it all the way to the finals basically, but we never made the TV show. But I think as a group, we did a good job. But
I think you and Larry could have a cook-off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe even something on the grill
Right.
when it gets warmer out. That would be a good idea.
Because Larry's rubbing it in my face about getting that new smoker, high dollar smoker, that's I don't think that makes the food taste better, but I think Larry thinks so. But hey, we'll have a little competition come hopefully spring, summer, and do something for the people, show them, us doing a cook-off. Does that sound like a good idea?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Next. Where is it? Oh. Terry. This is for Terry, and this is from Jesus again. Who's your favorite president? Is it Donald Trump or Joe Biden? And he says, thank you guys so much.
Oh, we're getting political questions.
And we don't really like to get political here, but Terry, who's your favorite president?
All I'm going to say is neither one of them are my favorites. I think we need some young blood in there. I'm not a good one to say. I think maybe Jeff Ridgway should run for president.
And he may in 2024. But right now, if you want my opinion about the presidency, okay, Donald Trump, he was a good president, but he couldn't shut his mouth, he couldn't stay off Twitter, and he couldn't treat people with respect.
I don't think you should get political.
I'm just giving my opinion right now. That's my opinion. Biden, he hasn't been in long enough. I think I'm not discriminating against age, but as Terry says, I would think a younger person, a more vibrant person, or even a more charismatic person, I think would benefit the country more than right now. But again, hopefully he changes my mind. Okay, we're moving on. That was just me, my 30-second of a complaint. And this is from Michael the Driver. Have you or Terry ever tried plant-based burgers because they taste almost the same as the meat counterparts?
Yes, we have. Do you remember?
Yes.
Actually, I don't remember when it was. It was probably a couple years ago we had one. And it was very, very good. But myself, I prefer turkey. So, and he wants the real thing.
Well, Michael the Driver, you said it in your question. I guess that's a proper said it in your question, yeah. You said almost. Almost, it's very close. I did do the Whopper plant-based, the Burger King Whopper that was plant-based,
and
it was very good.
Here.
Yes. So again, I didn't taste the difference, but I guess my old mentality is I want a burger. But, what's this one? Snoopy the F-Dog. It says fuck dog, but I can't say that. How mentally demanding was it to stay in character while going about your everyday life in an effort to portray the Psycho series as real? And I'll start that. It was very demanding, and there was a lot of times when people, our friends, would come up to us and, basically look funny at us. I had people that work with my brother that were questioning our ethics of parenting, things like that. I also had issues at work.
Yeah.
We had to stay in character. Like when Terry, we were going through the divorce, there was times where we would basically wait till she got off work. We would sit at the end of the driveway. She would sneak in. We'd put her car in the garage just because people were trying to out us the whole time. So it was very demanding. What do you think? Excuse me.
Yeah, it was demanding. It was hard having to stay hidden all the time. Once the divorce was shown, then it was hard for me.
Yeah.
But.
And I think that I thought the divorce video was actually very hard, only because I really never liked to scream and holler or get in an argument with Terry, and it hurt a lot doing that video, even though in my mind and her mind we knew it was not real, but we still had to portray it as real, and it felt real at the time.
Yeah,
right?
I thought we did a really good job.
Yeah, because you cry good. I mean, and your emotion was great.
I didn't cry that much in there.
No, but your emotion was great. So.
And if you hear John snoring in the background, he's sleeping.
Yeah, he's right there. And after his birthday yesterday, he deserves to sleep.
He was 12 yesterday, January 7th. And then actually, I'm going to just interrupt here for a minute. Clydesdale City's birthday is tomorrow. So happy birthday to Clydesdale City. And Vaziv, his birthday
is the 18th?
No, it's actually
the 8th.
It's actually today, yes.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday.
Okay, next question is, it looks like Matthias. And again, I got glasses, but my eyes suck. So it's just like I suck at remembering people's names. What's it like being known as Psycho Dad? Going back to the very beginning, when the first couple videos were out, it wasn't bad. But as the notoriety and the YouTube channel grew, then my anxiety.
I think once the truth came out, then you were proud of it. after all that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it now, but back then I really was trying. We were trying to hide, basically, and keep it hidden. You know, trying to keep the effect, you know, of being real
Yeah.
going as long as we could. So, Caleb Sewell, and he goes, "You guys love story or how you both met? Do you want that or? Yeah, you tell that better.
How we both met?
Yeah, tell them what.
Well, we met in high school, 8th grade, Shalleck High School, but we didn't become friends until, I think we didn't have a lot of classes together until 10th grade. We became friends actually first. And then I think we got together at a school dance. And then after that, actually our 43rd anniversary of Going Steady was just January 6th. So January 6th, 1979, some wavy hair, brown-eyed, well, brown and hazel, right?
Yep, brown and hazel.
Asked me to go with him on a dirt road. How country is that? On a dirt road.
That's the redneck way to do it.
Yeah, and I said yes, and we've been together ever since.
Yep. And did you want to tell them about the story how I hit you with a eraser thing on the thing and you were pissed at me?
Oh, in 8th grade?
Yeah.
In 8th or 9th grade, yeah. I didn't like him too much in 8th and 9th grade. I used to sit in math class and the chalk ledge would be here, and we had our desk like right up against it, and I was the very first one. I was sitting there with my elbow on there, just leaning my head.
She was a cocky Camden girl, you know, from the city, and I was just a country guy.
No,
I was shy.
Oh yeah,
I was shy.
all 5'1" of me. No, and he's sitting in the back, and he shoved. They had these big rulers that the teacher would use to make his lines, like 3-foot yardsticks, really. And he shoved that thing all the way up and jammed into my elbow, and it hurt so bad. And I thought, I do not like that kid.
Yep, I won her over.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, moving on. Stealthy Wolfie. How many chicken nuggets can you eat in 10 minutes? Well, I don't know my history. I used to do things like eating competitions and stuff for like $10. I ate half a cheesecake once and then puked my guts up. I ate a dozen glazed donuts from the local bakery for $10 and puked my guts up. So, I mean, I can eat some crazy shit and then I can puke my guts up. So I could probably eat. I remember back when I was in
what? How long?
In 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes.
I used to be able to eat. Now this is the God's honest truth. When I used to be, traveling a little bit, I would be able to eat a Big Mac, a 20-piece McNugget, a chocolate shake, apple pie. I mean, at a sitting. It was just.
He eats very fast. He always has. So, okay, 10 minutes. So, like, in 1 minute, how many do you think you could eat?
I don't know. I'd eat a lot. I probably could eat 40 nuggets in 10 minutes, without a doubt. If it was a competition for money, oh yeah, I could probably eat it.
Well, I don't think 40 is that many, is it? In 10
No,
minutes?
it's not. It's 2 boxes. I can do that. Okay, here's the next one. Capital A, small a, Styles. Do you watch NASCAR? No, I like to make right turns. So, no, I really don't watch racing. Terry, do you watch racing, NASCAR?
No, I don't watch racing.
All right. How many pairs of, oh, this is a distraction, and this is to me. How many pairs of shoes do you have? Well, I don't have a lot of regular dress shoes. I probably have 3, 4, 5 pairs of dress shoes, but I have a lot of sneakers. I have a fascination with sneakers, and when I go to like Famous Footwear, I got to buy 3 or 4 pair at a time. And so I usually keep a stack in the closet. What about you, hon? Do you have a lot of?
I have a lot of shoes. I've never counted them, but I have a lot of shoes.
Oh, okay. And this fireplace is really starting to cook my number 12 on the back of my back, but I'll be all right.
It feels good. Actually.
Okay. This is from Art. Right? Art, yes. Did you ever do martial arts? Yes. I won't go into detail, but yes, I did. Do you and Terry want grandchildren? This is from Bree Nicole Dahlin. Bree Nicole.
Bree,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. Yes, I want grandchildren. Do you want grandchildren?
Yes, I do. I think I'd be a spectacular grandpop, and I know you would be an outstanding grandmother. Uh, Jordan S. Hey Jeff, who's your favorite Eagles player of all time? That's a tough one. I have to say Reggie White. I was a big fan of Reggie White, and then Reggie ended up going to the Packers. So I'm going to say 92, Reggie all the way. God rest your soul. So, Connor. This is Connor Covington. How's you and Terry finding it living without the boys ever since they moved on with their reality life?
We covered that.
Yeah, I think we covered it. It's hard some days, good others, but I think we're doing well.
Yeah.
Dayton, favorite Psycho series video. What's yours, John? Because you were in a lot of them. Now mine was the finale in Switzerland. Only because I had a lot of anxiety and stuff coming through the series, and I couldn't wait for it to get over. Didn't realize the impact of the series at that time, but when the final episode, when Jesse comes out of the room and says cut, and we hugged and we said I love you and all that, that was the best part for me as a parent. I felt that was the completion of something. And
I loved the whole thing. I thought Juliet's song was absolutely perfect, and it went along with Jesse walking through the airport, psycho kids just, going through Switzerland with his long hair, and there's a sign for a hair salon with the scissors, him getting off of the bus, not the bus, what was it? The train. Yeah, the whole thing. I mean, even when I watch it now, I cry. It was just a great moment.
This is from Dominic. Any tips on making a solid income? Put your mind to it. Work hard. Be polite. Things like that. That always pays off when you're working for people, with people. Treat people with respect. Don't degrade people. I mean, these are keys to anybody's success. You got to put your best foot forward and always try to do what's right. That's just my opinion. Do you have any ideas on that, hon?
On succeeding?
Yeah.
I think as long as you just try, you just keep trying and you do your best. And,
Yep.
you will succeed. Sometimes you don't always succeed, but even if you fail, I think you succeed because you tried.
Yeah.
So,
and always have two jobs or always have a backup. That's another one.
will you sit down? Sit down.
Okay, this is Joshua. What's your favorite series that you did with Jesse? Did you want to take that?
Well, I like MVE the best, only because I love the story,
Yeah.
and I thought it was just amazing. And I don't know, I can't pinpoint any one thing. I think everything collectively just worked. The ideas were brilliant, and that needs to be a series on TV.
Yeah,
It really does.
I agree with you there. Yeah, MVA was great. Psycho series, of course, was great. But going back in time to one of Jesse's first, The Game, because that was basically my first taste of acting and trying to do what he wanted me to do. I think that had a good storyline. He had a lot of his friends involved, a lot of family involved.
Now that you're bringing that
yeah,
up,
there was a
Rule
lot
19 was one
Rule
of my
19
favorites
was another
too.
one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love all of the stuff.
But I think MVE stands out.
Yeah, that's one that can go places, not only on YouTube, but can go places on other areas.
Yeah, the
So.
whole story.
Okay, Jenny Z, what's yours and Terry's favorite hobbies? Go, hon.
Well, I love gnomes, as everybody knows. I like to write. Hobbies right now, reading. I like to garden. And I guess that's about it. I love to dance, but I haven't been dancing in a couple years, but I will get back to it. And
it's problematic with COVID too, because a lot of stuff last year
Yeah.
really wasn't going on. We like to camp.
I also, it's not well, I guess you can consider it a hobby, but editing, I just
And you've been
really,
a great job.
No, well, I'm still learning, but
Right.
I really enjoy it, and I enjoy making the thumbnails the best, I think.
Yeah.
And whatever. So
Right.
you go.
And me, hobbies, I love being outside. I'd rather be outside than inside most of the time. The weather sucks right now because it's colder and I can't, I said that before in another video. But no, it's very cold out. It's like 15 right now. We had 2 bouts of snow this week. And it's like the first snow we've had in a couple of years. So I couldn't get out. I do a lot of wood splitting. In the summer, I could be the best pool guy ever because I love tending the pool. I love doing leaves. I do leaves around here like 8-10 times a year.
Yeah.
So I just like working outside. So that's probably my hobby, my best hobby. This is from Lara. And I think Lara loves the dogs. Hello, Jeff. I have a question for you.
I'm hoping they can see John.
Yeah. Can John and Luna always be there in their videos? I think their dogs are really cute. And just to answer that quick, Lara, I think John and Luna probably been in more videos than than Lassie. So
Yeah,
Lassie,
they've been
Rin
in a
Tin
lot.
Tin, old big star dogs. These 2 dogs have probably been viewed and seen more. Tuna, she's laying over there on a
Yes.
pillow like she's a queen or a princess anyway. So, but yeah, we always try to get them in. They're very good. And Buddy the Elf rode poor John. So yeah, thanks, Lara. But yeah, they're always part of the family. Michael DiFincenzo, what is the best Psycho video you ever did? The best one I did was the finale, because it was
really.
over.
How about if you had to pick a destruction, which one did you?
The best destruction one, I have to say, and I thought flowed the best, and I know it was the biggest one, was when we mowed over the videos, because I think Jesse and JT put that together within like 10 minutes before we did it. And also the very first one where we threw the Xbox out on the pavement, that was thrown together in like 5 or 10 minutes. So I think with the, looking back, they were probably a couple of my favorites. The finale, even though, not the finale, but the one where he shoots Psycho Dad, even though I was dead set against, even doing that because I just didn't want the ramifications of, somebody technically being shot on a video and things, even though it's fake. But looking back at it, it's just the way Jesse portrayed it and did it, I think was very tasteful and very professional. So they're my top ones right there. So, did you have one?
Of your destructions?
Or any of it. I just...
Well, I enjoyed the Halloween one a
Right.
little bit. Yeah. When you were the Hulk and
Oh, that was good
I
too.
was the Angel and JT was Batman and Jesse was Joker. I thought that was a great video. I liked pretty much all of them, but
And this is from Aubrey Tubbs. Was there any part in the Psycho series when you felt like things got a little too out of hand, like the scene didn't go as planned, and you kind of just went with it?
I don't know.
I-
Was there?
I think most of the scenes went as planned. There might have been little hiccups here and there
Yeah.
that Jesse went with. Sometimes we did 2 or 3 takes on things.
Yeah.
I know I was
We could always only go so far, though, because once the destruction started to happen, you had to stay in that moment. You couldn't go back and restart that.
right. So I hope that was good. Hey Jeff, what do you do as a profession? I've worked for the government for probably 25 years, 30 years. And that's about all I want to say about that. I've done every aspect of the government, and that's my profession in my previous profession. Here's another one from Charlie, 6830. What's your favorite memory from the Psycho series? And I think we covered some of that. Mine was probably, Switzerland. I loved the trip, and I loved the finale, the final aspect of it, and looking back, I really look back, and I had a lot of anxiety during the whole thing, but I look back and it was a great
It was a great time.
It was a great time, and it's a shame I couldn't have enjoyed it then, or I should have tried to enjoy it more then. So, but I was a worrywart type thing, and I was trying to,
Yeah.
and the things were getting out of hand, and I just kept worrying about protecting the family. So, you got anything?
Was the question was the favorite?
Yeah, what's your favorite memory from the Psycho series?
I have so many favorites. I love the farming series. Watching that, I
Yeah.
loved watching anything but with JT and Jesse. I loved watching the dynamic between those two.
Yeah, they don't even realize it half the time how
They have a great.
yeah, they have a great screen presence
Yeah.
between the both of them together. So
So anytime that was, and I enjoyed any scene that I had with Jesse because me and Jesse could just go different
right.
places, and yeah, I miss it.
Yep. And I'll hack this one up. It's GRXYKUN. Grixkin. Favorite dish you cook so far? I like just about everything I cook. I'm a breakfast person, so
Well, I don't know if he means the favorite dish that you cook so far
okay.
on the videos. If that's the case, yours is probably the ribs,
yeah,
but mine is the turkey chili.
yeah. Well, no, turkey chili is probably top two.
Okay.
So even though I love ribs,
But he does make a really good breakfast.
yeah, I love breakfast. Here's Colton Ashley. Will you and Uncle Larry have a cook-off? I am sure we will at some point in time. It's up to Larry's busy schedule. Nat, have you and Terry ever been to Australia?
No, but I would love to go.
Yeah, we would love to go to Australia. We would love to go down under.
Yes.
Just kidding.
Massive hello from Melbourne, Australia. Hello!
Hello, Melbourne, Australia. But yeah, someday we would like to. I don't know when and where, if, but we would love to. Brennan, what made you want to grow a beard after all these years of seeing you in a video? It started as a No Shave November for cancer, men's cancer. So then we carried it to December, and now we're carrying it into January. So
I like it.
yeah, sometimes it itches, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm getting used to it. It's just very like white, very.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's distinguishing.
Yeah. Okay, this is Kobe Moat. When and where do you and Terry first meet? And I think Terry spelled that out basically in the first part of it where we met in high school.
Yeah.
And then our love grew. Hunter the Assassin. What's y'all's favorite memory together? Mine is every day. Just me.
Mine is when the boys were born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I just feel.
And the day we got married.
Yeah. I just feel very lucky. Our family's been blessed, and I just every day's a blessing. So every day is my favorite. Every day we're around and together. Here's a good one. A distraction. Now this is a good. How many hats do you have? Okay.
Oh.
If we
Throughout a lot.
if we go back in time, there was one where I had 400 to 500 hats, and I had them all lined up in the top of the closet.
It was ridiculous.
And I remember, I don't know if it was when I was out doing something, working or whatever, Terry ended up knocking them all down and got a little upset about all these hats. So what I did is I took them all in trash bags, and I ended up giving them all away. So now I have.
We gave him the goodwill, didn't we?
Yes. And,
Yeah.
and like I said, there was between 400 and 500, and it was probably closer to 400 because I remember I had a tally or a count of them. So yeah, I used to have all kind of hats, but yeah, so we ended up giving them the goodwill.
You've started again, so you do
Yeah,
have quite a bit now.
I probably have 30 or 40 right now. Okay, here's Jason H. You and Larry should do a smoke off, huge cook off. Yep, I think we.
Remember how like Jesse on the beach he was what, like 4 or 5 years old, and
Yeah.
he would stick all the seaweed in his pants, and I mean it would be out to here,
He would be bulging out from
and
seaweed.
then he'd bury himself in the sand. Well, they both did. Remember, and
Yeah.
Jesse's head would stick out, or JT's head would stick out.
But no, both boys were very animated at times with the stuff. We used to wrestle a lot and fake karate stuff and things like that. We would do, but there was always something. Putting on the bed was always a chore because they always wanted you to stay in there, and they always wanted a story. I remember Jesse would always want to. You lay next to the bed, he would hold your finger, just for security reasons, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
but it was always they never really wanted to go to sleep. So I think
They fall asleep all the time. I think most kids do.
but I think every part of their childhood I enjoyed only because they never gave us an ounce of trouble. And
Yeah, they were good boys.
Yeah, they were very
They
good.
Still are.
Yep. So yeah.
Men.
Yes.
Good men.
Okay, this is the Baker's Show.
The Baker's Show.
Yes. And how long did it take to start a lawn business? Well, in 1995, I was just going to start it as a little side gig. And I think it was 95. Yeah, 95. And it just basically word of mouth. Because when I was a young kid at like 12, 13 years old, I had 10 lawns. Plus, I worked at the local feed mill. So a lot of those people I ended up getting back when I was a grown adult. So that's how it started. And then it just took off. And we did that for...
And he did the snow plowing in the winter.
Yeah, we did it. We did everything. Both boys were out there as much as they hated it, and JT and I were just talking about it today.
Remember that one older lady would call at a snowstorm. She would call, and she'd say, to me, "Can Jeff do me?"
Yeah, so it was always
I'd be
a joke.
like,
Or
"What?"
plow me. Or plow me was
Can
the
he
other.
plow me?
Yeah. So, but again, it was great. Word of mouth. We didn't have to advertise at all. It was just all word of mouth. And there was at one time we had upwards of 70 weekly accounts, so it was crazy good. Oh, Elizabeth, a question, but wanted to apologize if you ever get a letter from me way back when the series was going on. LOL. I didn't understand that it was a series until a few videos after I sent the letter, of course. But yes, I am so sorry about that, Elizabeth.
Don't worry about it.
We got
a lot
tubs
of,
and
we got a
tubs
lot of
and
mail
tubs of
that
letters.
was- yeah.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
crazy how much fan mail we were getting, and maybe one of these days I still have a bunch of ones that came to me where people actually were my fan and not hating me for busting up my son's stuff. So
Yeah.
I still have a lot of them. So maybe I'll bring them out. But we understand, Elizabeth. I think this is Sandy with a lot of hearts. John. What other hobbies do you have other than old cars? Terry, what are your hobbies? And I think we covered those.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I do love old cars. I love car shows. You brought up a good point with the GTO. I love doing doing outings like that. And we used to camp down in Avalon. We used to go to the Wildwood Car Show, which used to be big in September. And maybe one day I'll go to that. Connor Covington again. How often are you driving your dream car that your son bought you a year or so back? Every chance I get, I only take it out in good weather. I don't take it out in the rain. I won't take it out in the winter because I don't want the salt eating at the paint and the framework. So I'm very selective when I take it out, but when I do take it out, I enjoy it thoroughly. Katie TN, go Pack Go. I agree, go Packers. Joshua R. Collins, how do you guys meet? I think we covered that in the beginning. It was in high school, 8th grade. Max Ellis, what's the weirdest fan encounter? Do you have one?
No, I think Jesse and Uncle Larry have had the
Yeah.
weirdest fan encounters. I don't think we've had.
I have a statement I'd make, but that's it. Okay, if you're watching a video and it's portrayed as real and you really don't know it's real, and you park at the end of our driveway and you send your 10, 11, 12-year-old kids up the driveway while you sit in the car, is that good parenting? That's all I got to say. And it happened more than once, right?
Yeah.
Where they would send their kids down our driveway and not knowing whether it was real or not. So I just thought that was stupid, but that's me venting right now because that always bothered me. Diego Mendoza, you ever thought of releasing some home videos from the 90s online? I always love to look how people evolved over the years.
Well, we have plenty of
Yeah.
video. It's just a matter of going through it all, which I could get to, but it's probably going to take me a while for that. But that's a great idea,
Yeah.
though.
Nevaeh Franzen, how do you and Terry meet? Slopey, what's your favorite scene in the Psycho series? I think we covered that. What do you do in your spare time? From Artie, 2 questions. From Matthew Nash. What is your biggest fear? My biggest fear? To something to happen to my family before it happens to me. I want to go before my family goes. I can't. That's my biggest fear.
That's my fear, is being here without somebody close to me.
And my biggest pet peeve, which I have a lot, get your pet spayed and neutered. Don't have freaking like 30 cats in the backyard and you feed them and they go in everybody else's yard. That's my pet peeve. Bob Barker said, get your animals spayed and neutered.
Well, a pet peeve doesn't have to be a pet, hon. It
No,
could be
but that's a pet peeve.
anything else that bothers you.
Well, that bothers me the most. Brandon Garcia, do you remember the What Ails You from the Psycho series? Honey, what ails you?
Huh?
Oh.
I was just showing them. Look, this is just from a little bit.
So, maybe, where the hell, I just lost that.
Huh?
Oh, do you remember the What Ails You from the Psycho series, and what was your favorite video from there? Yeah, I remember the What Ails You. I used it a lot. It became a
Psycho dad saying.
Yeah,
That's
saying,
his,
a T-shirt, a meme. It was big, and it just came out of nowhere. It was just like certain things are just born in a video or born in a statement, and that's how it went. So, this is Rage Turtle DXR. How is it looking back at who you were before Jesse became a YouTuber, then looking at who you are now, where almost everyone in the world knows you and your family?